Welcome into Patriots Today by Chat Sports. I am your host, Brett Alper. And on today's show, we're doing the first mailbag that I have done as a host. We got a ton of questions from the live show, and we're going to be bringing you all today. Going to be talking about, I don't know how many questions we're going to get through. That's up to producer Jack. So let's just get it started. We got Mini-Me Rashid. I hope that's right. I am awful, absolutely awful at saying names. I'll do the best I can. How would you rank the Patriots offense in the NFL? In my opinion, we are 21st, which is a huge improvement. I would say that the Patriots offense is not going to be as good as their defense, but I think with your wide receiver core that you brought in Kyle Williams, you brought in Stefan Diggs. If Drake Maye can stay healthy, we've seen the type of potential that he has, and you also improved that offensive line. You brought in Bradbury. You drafted Will Campbell. And everybody talked about, is he going to be a left tackle? Or are you going to move him into the guard? Because he has small arms. Throw it all away, man. He is going to be a left tackle. Mike Vrabel has said it. We've seen it in rookie minicamp, all throughout actual mandatory minicamp, that he is going to be a left tackle. And then your right tackle, Morgan Moses. Like, this offensive line is improved. Your running backs are improved with Travion Henderson, who's going to be your James White 2.0. I think, personally, that the Patriots probably have a top, I wouldn't say 21st, but probably a top 17 offense. But it's all going to depend on Drake Maye. If Drake Maye has a good season, the Patriots offense will succeed. If he doesn't, well, then you're going to see the Patriots offense probably tank just like it did a couple years ago with Mac Jones. Bubba Clutch! Alper, are you worried about our quarterbacks? Well, that goes into this. No. I think Drake Maye has the potential to be a top 15 quarterback in this league. You see the just potential that he is. He can make plays with his legs. He doesn't have to just stand back there in the pocket and wait for the guy. He goes through all of his progressions. I am concerned, and I talked about this in the live show, that he doesn't know when to slide. He doesn't know when to not take the hit. Because there was a couple games last year where he got absolutely smacked, and you thought, concussion, game over, what are we doing? What are we doing? So Drake Maye, if he can just learn how to not take a hit and slide, and also, he's got weapons. You have Stefan Diggs now. And I know all the drama that's going on. I still see the Patriots going out and getting another wide receiver because they tried to trade for Rashad Bateman. Like, if you try to trade for someone when you already have Diggs, you're obviously clearly in the market for another wide receiver. And God forbid Drake Maye gets hurt. Like, I pray that it doesn't happen. But you have Josh Dobbs as your backup. He's a serviceable backup quarterback that has starting experience, the Pastronaut. He can also kind of come into a game and just be a reliever. So I think I'm not worried about this one bit. And then with Ben Waldridge, I think the undrafted free agent, he'll be cut, but he'll be on the practice squad when the season starts. Got a long way to go until the season. Got a long way to go until we see Patriots football. And I'm excited for it. I'm ready for it. We got a couple months down the road, but I'm ready for it. So if you are like I am, hit that thumbs up icon, like the video if you love the Patriots and you're ready for them to be back on the field. Matty Edits, do you think Stefan Diggs will play in week 1? That is the one thing I hope for. And I will say this. If he plays week 1 and he's healthy, he will exceed and he will get 1,000 yards. The first time since Julian Edelman in 2019. That will be the first time. I think that he's going to play week 1. And if you look at all of his workouts that we've seen that he's posted on Instagram, if you see him at OTAs, if you saw him at minicamp, he was out hustling a lot of the other wide receivers. He was making cuts that you look like and you're like, this guy tore his ACL just back in October? Did it really happen? Yeah, it did. But with the modern medicine and just how much he's trying in his rehab, it really looks like that he's going to make it a possibility. He talked about it, and he was like, if it was up to me, I'm doing it. I'm playing. But it's going to be up to the doctors. But I would probably say that we'll see him in week 1. If he's participating this much in minicamp, we'll see a lot more in training camp also. Jasmine, do you think Pop Douglas or Booty will have a better season playing along Diggs? I think they'll have a better season just because Drake Maye is your quarterback. For 13 games, that's all you got from Drake Maye. So for 4 of them, you were playing with Jacoby Brissett, who can't throw the ball downfield. Now, Pop Douglas, I think it also helps Pop that he's in a Josh McDaniels type system where your entire offensive play calling is going to be these little 4, these little 5 routes down the field going across the middle, your little dink and dunk plays. That's why they called Tom Brady a check down master, right? Well, you're going to see it probably with Drake Maye too. A lot of screen passes. Now, Booty, he's going to be a deep threat. And now that they're so focused on Diggs, it's going to allow Booty to get further down the field. But don't sleep on Mac Hollins. Don't sleep on Mac Hollins. Now, Javon Baker, you guys know how I feel about him. I don't know if Javon Baker and Jalen Polk will be on this team going further. Anthony Vattaloro, Scary Terry. I did a video about this a couple days ago. And for me, I am all for it. Give me Scary Terry. I know he's like 30, but he is the best deep ball catcher in the NFL. If you look at his PFF grade, it's 99.9. And the Patriots, they still need another wide receiver. I would love to have him on one side and Stefan Diggs right on the other. You throw it up, and Scary Terry's coming down with it. He's just a super deep threat. Now, what would you give up for him? That's what you kind of have to feel like. Do you want to give up a second or third round pick? That would be a question for Elliott Wolf. I wouldn't personally, but you can get him for a third round pick and maybe throw in a couple, your Jalen Polk, maybe Kayshon Boutte and throw him a little third or fourth round pick. I'd do that in a heartbeat. New England faithful, after minicamp, what do you think is the biggest hole in the Patriots roster? Me personally, it's got to be your either left guard or mainly, I think it's your cornerbacks. And now you're probably going to think, Brett, they have Christian Gonzalez, who's one of the best, and you have Carlton Davis. Well, Carlton Davis, the one thing about him is he's never played a full season. That's the one knack about him. Great when he's on the field, but he has multiple seasons where it's like 13 games played, 12 games played. Marcus Jones, I see him as a breakout candidate for the nickel. I see that being a possibility. Carlton Davis, though, if he stays healthy, but you just after those guys, like I don't know if there's one player that you can say I want to see him on the field at all times. So I think that the Patriots, they need to probably sign a veteran guy. And you saw Jair Alexander sign with the Ravens for a 4-year $1 million contract. What does that do to the value of Asante Samuel right now? That drops him down to probably $3-4 million. So bring one of them in for less than $5 million a year. That would be perfect because it's a low risk, high reward. Yeah, Asante Samuel, he's got a neck injury, but does that really matter if you're signing a guy for $4 million? You have $60 million in cap space. So why not just say, hey, we'll take the gamble and we'll do this. We'll bring a veteran guy in. Who is one player that you want the Patriots to sign? And it could be anybody. It could be Asante Samuel Jr. It could be a wide receiver that's still out there. Amari Cooper. Let me know down in the comments section below. Got a couple more questions to go, but I want to tell you guys about this sale I found. Get your Patriots hoodies today, $36.99, $48 off using this link, chatsports.com/PatsHoodie. You can get yours in gray. It's sleek. Or you can get it in blue and red. I like the banner right here. This is also a Nike hoodie. It's June. I'm still wearing a hoodie, so it's always hoodie season. Get yours today. Support the show. Support the Patriots. Chatsports.com/Patriots hoodie. If you want, make it easy for you. I'll make it easy. Put that in the comments and description of today's video. Old Man Mob. Could Polk end up on the PUP or IR to start the season? I think he's going to end up on the PUP. He's been very limited throughout OTAs, throughout minicamp, and it looks like that the Patriots, he could be easily a cut candidate. I know he's in his second year, but with the amount of talent that the Patriots have on their wide receiver, and I'll be honest, I'd still like another wide receiver. If you could bring in one more guy, but it helps Polk that he's hurt. So you put him on the PUP, you lose him for a couple weeks, it gives you an extra roster spot, and that lets Efton Chisholm make the team. I don't say IR, I would say PUP list because he's probably going to be healthy within 6 weeks of the regular season. Michelle, who is your favorite free agent signing and why? I mean, I'm a big offensive guy. I love offense. I love throwing the ball downfield. I loved Tom Brady. It's Stefan Diggs without a question. No, he's coming off the ACL injury, but so what? So what? He looks good. I said it earlier. I think he's going to play week 1, and I think he's determined to prove to himself. He's on a year-to-year basis contract, so that the Patriots want to get rid of him, they could do it after 1 year. If he proves himself, he'll be here for 3 years, and he'll get more money, so I think he's working to show that he's still got it in the NFL. Jordan Mayer, do you think there is enough good players on the O-line? Do you think they need to address the line more? I think everything is perfect on this offensive line except for left guard. And with Cole Strange going into the final year of his contract because the Patriots declined that 5th-year option, that is a question mark, a true question mark, because you have CeeDee So as your backup. You had Wes Schweitzer as a guy that was probably going to contend to possibly be that starter, but now that he's retired, it's like, all right, you have Cole Strange and CeeDee So. There's also one sleeper, that's Jared Wilson, but he's a center. Mike Vrabel wants all the interior offensive linemen to know right guard, left guard, and center. So I think if Cole Strange doesn't perform well in 2025, you could see Jared Wilson kind of move over that spot, especially if Bradbury is a solidable center. Matty Edits, once again, do you think Mike Vrabel being a no-tolerance coach makes us a better team record-wise, but also behavior-wise? Yeah. I mean, I did not like Gerard Mayo. I'll put that out there. I didn't. I did not like Gerard Mayo whatsoever. It just looked like he didn't care. I liked him as a player, loved 51. But as a coach, it was just like, yeah, go out and do whatever the hell you want. And it showed. It showed that the team didn't care. And we saw Keon White's comments. He said, I feel like I have a real coach now. So a lot of the team they're building in to Mike Vrabel's kind of culture, and that's going to help the Patriots because if you buy into the culture, you're going to buy into a lot better chemistry with your teammates, and you're going to feel like you can actually win. You're going to have that mindset that you can win rather than Gerard Mayo, well, we're just going out there and just playing football. He also blamed the coach. He blamed the players half the time for all the things that happened during the game. Like, it's good that Gerard Mayo's gone just after 1 year. Pats fan for life. What's the ceiling with Vrabel in 2025? Well, it's all going to determine on your 8 games. It's going to determine on your first 8 games because it is a cakewalk. You have the Raiders. You go to Miami, which is probably that's a hard one. I do not believe in Aaron Rodgers. Then you could beat the Panthers. Bills is going to be tough. Saints, Titans, Browns. So Raiders, Steelers, Panthers, Saints, Titans, Browns. That's 6 possible wins right there. 6 wins. If you go into this 5-3, if you go into this season 5-3, your ceiling is going to get high because you get that confidence and you're going to be like, oh, we're a real good team. Mike Vrabel's turning this around. Mike Vrabel's possibly going to win Coach of the Year. But if you show out and if you don't win those games, those easy winnable games, second half of the season is a little tougher where you get into the trenches where you have to play the Ravens and the Bills back to back. And that's going to determine if you're going to compete for that 7th seed in the playoffs or not. Do you think the Pats are going to be over 500 after 8 games? 5-3 is my prediction. Go ahead, hit that thumbs up icon, like the video, and also while you're at it, subscribe to Patriots Today by Chat Sports. We're giving you content all throughout the offseason, every single day. So go ahead, subscribe to Patriots Today. I'm your host, Brett Alper, and as always, let's go Pats.